Hello everyone, welcome to Elitesgrid. So we are back again with another question on Parajumbles which came in CAT 2022 slot second. So let's begin the question. So these are the four sentences that are given to us which you have to arrange in a particular sequence so that we get a coherent paragraph. So let's start. So the first is, from chemical pollutants in the environment to the damming of rivers to invasive species transported through global trade and travel, every environmental issue is different and there is no single tech solution that can solve this crisis. So this particular sentence is telling us about what? About various causes of environmental damage, be it chemical pollutants, or dams that we construct on rivers, or invasive species. Invasive species, those species that are not native to that area. So they are, dangerous to the native species. So jo bahar se species aake native species ko khatam kar dete hain. So in all the environmental issues, they are different and there is no single tech solution. So this is also telling us that there is no one technological solution that can solve this crisis. Second sentence, discourse on the threat of environmental collapse revolves around cutting down emissions, but biodiversity loss and ecosystem collapse are caused by myriad and diverse reasons. So this particular sentence is telling us that, we just talk about cutting down emissions. हमारा सारा focus सिर्फ carbon dioxide के emissions कम करने पे होता है. But, we have so many other causes as well. So many reasons. So, अब ये दो sentence पढ़ के, you would have realized that these two sentences are talking about causes only. The first one is, giving us several causes, and the second sentence is telling us that there are many causes. All right. So, different causes. So first one is telling us about the different causes that exist. And the second sentence just tells us that there are many causes. Basically, the first is telling what are the different causes. The second sentence is telling us that there are many causes. So this is the difference. So basically, the first one is elaborating on the second one only. We can realize it here itself. And at the same time, it is telling us there is no one tech solution to it. Now coming to the third sentence. This would require legislation that recognizes the rights of future generations and other species, that allows the judiciary to uphold a much higher standard of environmental protection than currently possible. So third one is talking about some solution to the environmental problem. This will require a particular legislation. This will require a law. And another thing that you must pay attention to is that this would require. Iska matlab, this sentence cannot come in the beginning. There must be something else which is being talked about before this, which we are stressing through this word. This would require. तो मतलब इससे पहले पक्का कुछ और है जिसके बारे में हमने refer किया है यहाँ पर. So thought cannot come in the beginning. That we can come to know from here itself. So we are talking about some solution here. That there is some requirement of legislation. Some legislation is required to resolve this issue. Then fourth. Clearly, our environmental crisis requires large political solutions, not minor technological ones. So instead of focusing on infinite growth, we could consider a path of stable state economies while preserving markets and healthy competition. Now, this fourth sentence is telling us that we require political solutions and not just technological one. Now, you can see that this sentence is linked to the third and the first one, because the first one is saying that there is no single technological solution. So, and this is telling us that we require political solutions, not just technological ones. So there is some link between these two sentences. And at the same time, there's a link between third and fourth as well. Why? Because we're talking about political solutions. And then we're talking about legislation. Legislation is a law. Political solution hi to hai. It's a type of a political solution itself. So, we can see different links here. But now let's arrange them in a particular order. Now, one more thing that you can see is that the first two sentences are talking about causes. They're talking about causes of, some environmental damage. Both of them are related to causes. And the third and the fourth are related to solution, right? Both of them are talking about solution. Third is talking about legislation. Fourth is talking about we require political solutions. So if you remember, we started a rule that always we will talk about problem first and then we'll talk about its solution, right? Because solution will be according to the problem. जब आपको पता होगा कि ये problem है, environment इन चीजों से damage होता है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग तो सोल्यूशन लाओगे ना. पहले सोल्यूशन कैसे पता होगा जब तक प्रॉब्लम नहीं पता होगी. सो प्रॉब्लम विल कम बिफोर एंड देन वी विल टॉक अबाउट द रेमेडी. सो दैट मीन्स इफ आई हैव टू अरेंज दीज 4 sentences, तो पहले हम कॉजेस के बारे में बात करेंगे, फिर हम सोल्यूशन के बारे में बात करेंगे. सो ये जो स्टार्टिंग के 2 हैं ये कॉजेस के होंगे और बाद वाले ही सोल्यूशन के होंगे. सो 2 आर रिलेटेड टू द प्रॉब्लम and the rest 2 are related to the solution. One more thing that you have to remember that I just discussed before is that first we mention that a thing exists, right? And then we talk about the details or the characteristics of it or different types of it, right? First we tell that thing exists. तो अगर हम सिर्फ फर्स्ट और सेकंड की बात भी करें, we know that first शुरू में in this particular at this particular space we can't have third sentence and we can't even have fourth also because both of them are talking about solution, right? And this would require मैं तो पहले ही कुछ और बात की होगी तभी आया होगा, ठीक है? तो third cannot come here and even fourth sentence cannot come here. So we have to choose between either the first sentence or the second one. Now, the second sentence is telling us that there are many reasons for environmental collapse. We just keep talking about emissions. हम सिर्फ carbon dioxide emissions कम करो, वो सब करते रहते हैं, but there are so many other reasons. So this sentence is telling us that there are many reasons. फिर first sentence बता रहा है, there are, what are those reasons? Chemical pollutants, damming of rivers, invasive species, right? So first we mention a thing exists, then we talk about details. So पहले हम बताएंगे कि बहुत सारे reasons हैं, and then we will tell that what are those reasons, right? What are those different reasons? First we tell that there are many reasons. That means sentence second will come before first because we are talking about existence of many reasons. Sentence first is telling us about what are those reasons. So second will come here. And then first will come, right? Now, again, we have to make a choice between third and fourth. Which one will come before? Again, I have told you another rule, if you remember, that we will talk about the general aspects before, and then we will talk about the specific aspects, right? So third or fourth में एक चीज देखो, fourth में we are telling कि, these things, there is no proper technical solution. You can't have a single technical solution. It requires political solutions. Right? It requires political solutions. Now, political solution is a general term. Political solutions कुछ भी हो सकता है, एक law हो सकता है, एक rule हो सकता है, एक judgment हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है political solution. और फिर, specifically they are telling third में कि it would require legislation. It would require a law. So that means political solution is a general concept. एक general term है कि हमें political solutions की जरूरत है. और फिर हम कह रहे हैं कि it requires legislation, which is a subset of political solution. Political solution एक बड़ा set है. उसके अंदर बहुत laws भी हो सकते हैं, rules भी हो सकते हैं, judgments भी हो सकते हैं. उसके बाद फिर अब एक उसके अंदर सबसेट है legislation. तो पहले हम general और बड़े सेट की बात करेंगे, फिर हम specific पे आएंगे. So political solution पहले आएगा और फिर legislation आएगा, right? So first पहले आएगा political solution, फिर आएगा legislation. And one more thing, if you see this first and fourth is also connected. How? Because the first one is telling us that there is no single technical solution. ये बता रहा है कि एक single technical solution नहीं है. फिर fourth उसी को continue कर रहा है कि देखो we require political solution, not just technological ones, है ना? तो there is a link here. So first and fourth are also linked. So this is the correct pattern. Second, first, fourth, and third. So this is how we will get a coherent paragraph. So, we can check or we can verify whether this paragraph is coherent or not again. Like the second sentence is talking about that there are many causes for environmental damage. Then the first sentence is telling, okay, what are those causes? What are those causes? Then the next sentence, which is fourth, and again, the first sentence is also saying that there are many causes it is telling us, and also it is telling us that there is no technical solution to it. Then the fourth is telling that we require political solution and not technical solution. And then the third is telling that this political solution is actually legislation only. So, there is a coherent meaning here. There is a flow. Second is connected to the first, and it is connected to the fourth, it is connected to the third. So this is the answer. Second, first, fourth, and third. And remember these rules. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. We will be back with another one soon. Thanks a lot for watching it.